Welcome in. It's Wednesday. What is it? December 3rd. We're already in December. The leaves have already turned. There's snow on the ground, in the air, I heard. I'm not sure. But we are here to talk about fantasy football, and it is your last week to get into the playoffs. So we got some tough matchups to talk about, some great matchups to talk about. And guys, tell your friends, come on in. You're talking to a top 3 ranker in week 13. Let's get started, guys. Let's go.
You're watching the Start Sit Showdown only on Fantasy Now Plus.
If I had sunglasses, I would wear them because I'm such a star. Aren't you surprised that I don't have a good pair of sunglasses in sunny Tampa, Florida? It's hot outside.
Yeah, I actually am surprised because I have a nice pair of sunglasses that were a solid $13 from Amazon.
I don't like things on my face at all. But that being said, it is sunny in my area. I hope you guys are all doing well. It's kind of hot outside. Kind of miserable. Can't wait for it to get cold. I know half the country is frozen over right now. Justin, you're a part of that, I think. But let's heat this thing up. So snowing must be nice.
Well, the snow has stopped. It's just it's the crunchy hard. You don't know anything about that. Never mind.
I wouldn't know anything about snow at all. But I do know that we have some awesome matchups. It is the last week before the fantasy playoffs. I am actually in the fantasy playoffs this week because my league is, I'm not going to say the R word because I don't say that, but I've been watching a lot of streamers who say it lately. And I'm like, I can't say that. Why are they saying that? But my league is illogical. We started the playoffs week 14 and we have a 2-week championship. And it's my most expensive league. And my quarterbacks are on bye this week. And I'm the 6th seed in the playoffs. It's stupid. It's dumb.
No.
This was all voted on. If we're
gonna have 2 weeks in the playoffs with the playoffs starting week 14, you make that the first week where the first round is week 14 and 15. That's stupid. Get out of here.
It's dumb too. But here I am with Bryce Young as my QB1 and Tua Tagovailoa blah 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 as my quarterback 2. So I just have Tua in my massive league that pays well over $10,000 if I win it. But that being said, let's get so mad.
You're a stud. You're gonna win.
I'm not gonna win.
Let's get the first player I know
of all time. If you haven't heard the news, if you go to fantasypros.com, you check week 13 rankings, you'll see my name at the top. Not the top, but there's only 2 above me. So that's why you're here for the showdown, because I know who to start and where to start them and who to start them. So let's get the first matchup. The quarterbacks. We have, of course, Mr. Patrick Mahomes, quarterback 2 on the year. He's going against the dreaded Houston defense. And on the other side, we have the returning Joe Burrow, who is currently the quarterback 44 because he hasn't played this year, averaging 11.7 fantasy points per game at Buffalo. I think I know where you're leaning, but I need to hear it first. I'm going to let you start, sir, since you're, under me now. It's like, I got to give you the advantage.
Okay. Well, I'm curious. You always say you think you know how I'm leaning, and it's funny to me because I don't even think about this until the show starts. And then I'm like, well, let's figure it out while the show's going. Houston Texans obviously have allowed the least amount of points to the quarterback position this year, only 12.5 points per game. They have been a tough defense all year. And that's kind of been the factor of their resurgence for the Texans and how they went from 0-3 to 8-4 now or something like that. So that's big. Joe Burrow is 1 game back from his toe injury, where he did not see T. Higgins in that game. He put up 19.2. Obviously, I mean, Patrick Mahomes put up 29.4 last week against the crappy Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving. We all kind of expected Patrick Mahomes to be a top 2 quarterback last week, and that's exactly what he was. Now, The Texans don't need to be in a shootout. The Chiefs don't need to be in a shootout in this game. I think this could be a low-scoring game, whereas the Bengals-Bills game, however, could end up being a shootout with Jamar Chase, potentially T. Higgins, who's still in concussion protocol. That offense is going to be throwing a lot. I do lean Joe Burrow here. I think Patrick Mahomes might actually end up having a better game, but I'm confident starting Joe Burrow this week.
See, I exactly knew where you were going to lean, and that's totally fine.
Well, it's because I like Joe Burrow,
and I know you're a massive Mahomes hater. In full disclosure, I picked all these matchups this week. Usually Justin does it. Justin didn't question me this time. I usually give him what I want, and he goes, no. We'll do this. And I'm like, cool. I roll with it. This yesterday he said we're good. He didn't say anything. He pulled a Josh and just didn't respond. That's what I normally do.
I didn't even read it. I read it this morning.
That's what I normally do. But so there being said, we picked some pretty good matchups, and as I was doing my research, I'm going, wow. I didn't realize I picked the first and second pass defenses this week going against these quarterbacks. I didn't realize it at the time. I know Houston was good, but I didn't know Buffalo was number one and has not allowed a 300-yard passer all season. Didn't know that. That's true. So Buffalo has been stopping the pass. A lot of that is who they've played, and a lot of that is because of their game flow. But that being said, Houston's also awesome against the pass. They don't give up a lot of points to the quarterback at all, 12.5 a game. That's ridiculous. But let me read off some quarterbacks they've played. They've played Trevor Lawrence twice. Yes, they're a winning team, but we can all agree Trevor Lawrence is pretty mid. They've played Cam Ward twice. Okay. Their last 4 games, they played Daniel Jones last week with a fractured fibula. He did pretty well. 201 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Week 12, Houston shut down Josh Allen. He had 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. Week 11, Cam Ward. Of course, Cam Ward sucks. In week 10, they played Trevor Lawrence, who didn't do anything, 158 total yards. They've had cupcakes in there, mixed in, sprinkled in with some superstars like Josh Allen. Week 1, they played the Rams. Stafford had a decent game, actually. Stafford only had about 4 incompletions that game. Oh, I looked at their Baltimore game. What did Lamar do? Well, they played Cooper Rush. How convenient. How convenient. I'm not saying Houston's defense is paper, but what I'm saying is quarterbacks can get over if they're Hall of Famers. And that's why I'm going Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback 2 this year for a reason. He has been consistent all season long. I went back to the not ADPs, but the rankings, the tiered rankings on Fantasy Pros. Patrick Mahomes was ranked below Joe Burrow as the 6th quarterback overall. Burrow was 5th. It's just funny to look back at these. We're going to laugh a couple times at these other rankings. But Mahomes is just been a monster this year. He's only had 3 games outside of the top 12 this season. He's finished top 5 in 46% of his games this year. Top 5. Not top 12, not top 10, top 5. Mahomes is on a tear, and we need to start respecting what he's doing. Mahomes against Houston, the best player in the world, the best player in this generation. I'm sorry, Houston. Like, you're good, but can you stop generational talent? We'll find out. I'm going Patrick Mahomes. And you notice how I didn't say anything negative about Joe Burrow? Because I like Joe Burrow. It's just, I think I like Patrick Mahomes a little bit more, a lot bit more than Mr. Joe Burrow, who, I mean, he has off games. He beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, though.
He
in overtime.
Historically,
after Josh Allen couldn't do it.
Correct. He has historically
multiple times
beaten the Chiefs in the playoffs. Yes.
Just saying it. The year that Josh Allen needed more time in the overtime, and they changed the rules, Joe Burrow did the exact same thing that Josh Allen couldn't do. Mahomes got the ball first. Joe Burrow won the game in overtime, but Josh Allen couldn't.
Burrow is the kryptonite for the Kansas City Chiefs. So,
anyway, next matchup. I try to say good things about Joe. I like Joe Burrow. I was all in on Joe Burrow. That's why my redraft teams crushed this. It fell off this year because I had Joe Burrow in all of my redraft leagues, all of them.
I just wish he had an offensive line. I mean, Imagine if Joe Burrow was sitting behind, I don't know, the Indianapolis Colts offensive line.
It'd be awesome.
That team would be elite. Jamar Chase would be wide receiver 1 by like 100 points. It'd be like a Saquon year last year.
Maybe. Let's calm down.
T. Higgins would be wide receiver 4.
Calm down. Let's get to the let's go wide receivers. So we have Mr. A.J. Brown, Mr. Consistent lately, which nobody's talking about that. He's the wide receiver 14 right now, averaging 14.7 fantasy points per game. And on the other side, we have Mr. Lad McConkey, as I call him, Mr. No, I'm not going to say his. I'm going to be positive today. I'm in a good mood. I'm hot right now. Everything's going the Josh way right now, so I'm not going to be negative. Lad's a great guy. I'm sure he is. He's going against Philadelphia. He's a wide receiver 17 right now. You went first last, so let me go now because I'm telling y'all this isn't even a question. This isn't even a doubt in my mind. I wish I would have picked a better matchup, but A.J. Brown is going to rule this game and rule the Eagles offense into the playoffs. He has been on a run. Both Lad and A.J. Brown sucked to start the season, to put it lightly. Weeks 1 through 5, Lad and A.J. Brown were wide receiver 39 and 41 respectively. Lad was 39, A.J. Brown was 41. From week 6 to current, Lad is wide receiver 11, A.J. Brown is wide receiver 8. Both have turned the tides for one reason or another. One, Mario Hampton got injured, and Lad took over that much-needed volume, and Keenan Allen has dropped off. And on the other side, A.J. Brown, I guess they just said, hey, we're going to throw him the football because when we do, good things happen. I'm going A.J. Brown this week. And the reason why is he can have the big plays. He can get the big touchdown plays. Now, I understand the Chargers have not allowed 100-yard receivers since September, and that was Cortland Sutton. That was a long, long time ago. Many people have tried. Jalen Waddle was close. He had about 90. They just shut down top-end receivers over there in Los Angeles. But A.J. Brown's a superstar. I don't think they've played an A.J. Brown level talent as of yet. And I do think that Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown in this passing game has gotten going because Saquon Barkley has kind of been lacking. On the other side, Justin Herbert's battling an injury that we all are well aware of. They have other options. I know that Philadelphia does as well, but Lad and Quinton Johnson don't have a bigger tier break as I do think as A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith as far as big play abilities. I don't think Lad has the upside. I think that they share the same floor. They share the same floor of like 4.3, but they don't share the same ceiling. Where did I write this out? I wrote this. I wanted to say this. This is very important. Lad's season high of 23 was beaten by A.J. Brown 3 times in the past, since week 7. A.J. Brown just has a ceiling, whereas the floor is very similar. That's why I'm going to A.J. Brown in this scenario, and I do think he exceeds 100 yards this week. Bet it. Play it.
A.J. Brown being wide receiver 8 since week 6 is kind of crazy considering he had 2 weeks where he didn't play, including a bye week, and a 3.3 game against Green Bay and an 11.9 against Detroit in week 11. The fact that he is wide receiver 8, despite those 4 basically non-scoring weeks, is pretty good. However, 25 and 35 in the last 2 weeks has been pretty incredible. It's probably, I would assume, wide receiver 1 in the last 2 weeks. The Eagles have really gotten A.J. Brown involved to the detriment of other players like Dallas Goedert, who on our waiver show yesterday I said you could safely cut because he is absolutely worthless over the last, basically since week 6, been absolutely worthless. I think it was week 8, since week 8, but since their bye week, basically, he's been absolutely worthless. Devonta Smith has been meh. Devonta Smith. Saquon Barkley has not had a great year, but they've got A.J. Brown involved finally. Enough complaining has gotten him the ball, regardless if they're winning or losing. And last week they did lose, even though he had 35.2 points. They do play each other, which is tough. You mentioned, the Chargers have not allowed a 100-yard receiver since they played the Denver Broncos, and that was back in what week?
September 21st, I want to say, off the top of my head. I didn't write it down.
Week 3. Week 3 was the last time. In this matchup specifically, I am more concerned about Justin Herbert's play with McConkey and the rest of that offense than I am AJ Brown getting involved in the offense. This is an AJ Brown game for me as well. So I mean, we can agree here on this play. I think AJ Brown is the better bet. It's not even the safer bet. It's just the better bet on who to start here. He's gonna score 20 plus points this week.
Ooh, that's wild. I mean, I'm saying he's going to catch 100 yards. That's wild too. He just needs one, people. All right, let's go. We agree on that one. So right now we're what, tied 1-1?
What do you mean?
Like, as in you picked one person on the first. We're the same on this one. I forgot who you picked in the last matchup.
I totally forgot Burrow in the first one.
Oh, yeah, you're an idiot. I'm kidding. I kid.
Okay.
Top three, man. I don't know what to say. All right, Breece Hall is traveling, or is he traveling? No, he plays Miami. And Quinshon Judkins gets Tennessee. Both, in my eyes, have been super underwhelming. Breece Hall is the running back 15 right now, 14 points per game, whereas Judkins is the running back 19, 13.2 points per game. Oh yeah, I forgot to give the ADPs. Breece is 80, or not ADP, but rankings. We all in Fantasy Pros had Breece ranked 17th, running back 17, and Judkins was running back 49. 49 because of the not signing the contract, the whole thing, the league, all that crap. So I totally understand that. But man, he was ranked under a guy who got traded to Philadelphia, Tank Bigsby. Yeah, I would have never. Anyway, either way, here we are now. We are in December, and now the roles have obviously changed. Things have gotten better for Judkins. Judkins has averaged 19.5 carries since week 10. Judkins has been heavily involved. They've been using him in the Wildcat, especially in the red zone area, as they're lacking the quarterback talent. The Titans, who he is playing, have allowed 127.5 rushing yards a game, which is obviously bottom of the bottom of the bottom, like very bottom. But in their last 3 games, they've only given up 86.5 yards a game on the ground, which is kind of like good, like top 6, good, like unbelievably good. Like, what's going on? So Judkins has I guess, brand new stout defense to go against. Whereas Breece Hall plays Miami, where he's really not good against. He averages 54 yards a game on the ground and around 30, 35 yards in the air. But he killed Miami in week 4, 16.1 fantasy points. Miami's pretty good defensively, I would say, especially against the run. And that's kind of why they bottled Breece up historically. This was a selfish matchup. I have this in my home league. I have these players. Obviously, I love these players. I've never talked good about them. What?
I said, I can't believe you would do this.
I did it. And guess what, guys? I roster these guys everywhere. So it's not just one league. It's multiple leagues, baby. We're helping Josh out in multiple leagues today. So that being said, I'm leaning Breece towards Miami because I do think that they'll get down the field more. The new quarterback, the better quarterback, is moving the ball a lot easier. They have an elite wide receiver, an AD Mitchell now, that they didn't have before. So I truly believe this New York Jets defense can move the field or move the ball down the field against Miami and get better red zone attempts. But Judkins can be the guy who gets like 15 for 35 but falls into the end zone twice. That could be the difference. And we've seen that already. We've literally saw that 2 weeks ago. So that could be the difference. So I'm going to go Breece here against Miami. It's just to me a more safer play. I'll say you.
I was trying to look at, their yearly stats, and, Breece Hall's had 1, 2, 3, 4 single digit games. So Judkins has had 3 single digit games, but really you have to look at this more in the fact that over the last 2 weeks, they have one thing in common. They both are playing with a different quarterback. So Shedeur Sanders and Tyrod Taylor have only started for 2 weeks. They've played 2.5 weeks, really. But they've only been starting for 2 weeks. And looking at, point differences, Judkins has 3 more points in week 12, and they basically almost tied. They were 0.3 off last week in week 13. I think that's worth noting that both of them have scored almost 14 plus points with their new quarterbacks. So it does definitely show that the offense has slightly changed since the quarterback change. It's just, which one do we trust more? Do we trust Shedeur Sanders or Tyrod Taylor more to actually continue that game script? I'm actually going to lean towards Judkins here. I know the experts would say Breece Hall all day. The rankings show that Breece Hall should be the starter as well. But I'm going to go with the differences in matchups. The Jets are going to, or the Dolphins are apparently in the playoff hunt. Did you know that they're in the playoff hunt?
1%.
They've been hot lately. They're in there. They're like ninth. But the Tennessee Titans are a 1-win team, 2-win team. I don't know. They're really bad. They're fighting for the first overall pick. I don't think it's going to be necessarily close, and the Browns can't. They're both in the same boat. All four of these teams are in the same boats. Like, they all suck. I'm just going to go Judkins here. This is going to be a gut call. I hate saying sit Breece Hall for a rookie, but I think Judkins is that rookie that is fine to sit Breece Hall for.
I can agree. I'll go back and forth in my matchups all week long. Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to get to your questions in about 5 minutes or so because we still have the tight ends to talk about. We know tight ends don't last long on this show because it sucks. But we try to get good. We didn't go superstars. I went kind of like middle of the road because I don't think you're sitting like it's ridiculous to talk Brock Bowers or Trey. It's ridiculous. So I went kind of a little bit higher on the boards. Brenton Strange, tight end 32 right now, just coming back from an injury. He's averaging 9.7 fantasy points per game. Or Kyle Pitts, Mr. Phenomenal, Mr. Generational Talent, sitting at tight end 14, also averaging 9.7 fantasy points per game versus Seattle. I'll just lead off with this. Indy is the 4th worst against the tight ends. Seattle's the 5th worst against the tight ends. They both suck against the tight ends, both allowing 13.2, 13.1 fantasy points per game. Since Strange has returned from action, he has been put up back-to-back top 7 fantasy performances. He has become a staple in that offense. Evan Ingram, you're a nobody. Brenton Strange, step right up, buddy. We got you covered. Travis Hunter has been, well, he's on IR, but he has been nothing, been a zero burger. Brian Thomas Jr., what happened? I don't know what happened. I don't know. Was it Mac Jones? I think we need to go back and look at Brian Thomas Jr. year, his rookie season, and go, wow, he didn't really pop off until Mac Jones. We got to go look at that. But besides the point, Brenton Strange is that offense, and now Jacoby Myers is there. That's it. That's the offense. And they're a winning team in the playoffs, and they're playing a divisional rival that sucks against the tight ends. It's no question in my eyes. I like Brenton Strange here. I wanted to put him on this matchup, and I honestly put him here because I just wanted to talk about him because we have never talked about him on this show and how much I love Brenton Strange. I don't think we've talked about him on this show. Have we?
This show.
We have?
Yeah, Charlene and I have talked about it for the last like 2 weeks.
But I haven't talked to him about this show. And I traded for him like
specific show, the start set showdown. Yeah, so we have not talked about
with my BFF, with my boss Justin Bowerly. Yeah, I want to talk about Brenton Strange with my boss Justin Bowerly. So tell me, are you sitting Brenton Strange this week against your team, the Colts? Or are you starting Kyle Pitts against Seattle? Which one do you like?
Yeah, absolutely not sitting Brenton Strange. I'm starting Brenton Strange. Since he's been back, he has been the tight end 5 in fantasy points per game with 13.9. Kyle Pitts is just under 10. Brenton Strange has more 20-plus yard catches. He's got more touchdowns. He's got a longer long. He's got more yards per reception, and he's got 1 less reception than Kyle Pitts. That's the thing. He's got 8 to Kyle Pitts' 9 on less targets. In fact, Brenton Strange only has 9 targets. Kyle Pitts has 9 receptions. So the fact that he's just doing more with the volume that he's getting over the last 2 weeks, coming off of an injury that has put him out for the majority of this season, 6 weeks,
6 to 11,
6.5 weeks, is great. We've talked about him on the waiver show the last 2 weeks about how I think actually coming out of week 11, going into week 12, before week 12 even played, we said, go ahead and pick up Brenton Strange because he's going to come back to an offense that is literally nothing right now. We said, he picked up right where he started. No, he's better than where he left off. 12.1, 10.5. Then he got hurt. Then 14.3, 13.5. He has been absolutely killing it. And if you hung on to Kyle Pitts for the 4 weeks before week 13, so week 9 to 12, where he scored, 7, 5, 3, and 4, you're probably not really looking in a spot for the playoffs right now, unless you have absolutely superstars on your roster. But if you've been relying on Kyle Pitts, I'm really sorry. Brenton Strange is the obvious start here. I would not start Kyle Pitts. And in fact, we need to go into our league and go ahead and switch the two if I have not already done that.
Oh, you have both of these players?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I have Kyle Pitts starting. Do I have Strange? Yep, I do have Brenton Strange. Oh, look at that, Josh. You made one just for me.
I did. You're welcome.
And I have to get this in for a playoff spot. So,
what league is this?
This shit show.
Oh, the league I'm gonna win.
It's our league.
Yeah. So you're welcome. I did that for you. Who are you playing?
Sean, who is
yeah, he's the worst. Yeah. Nope. But he's taking over.
Yeah, well, he's taken over a team that was in the championship last year. So
we'll see. We'll see how Sean can turn that one around. But
I hope he does.
I hope we helped you all on the matchups. We're gonna get to all of your questions. Just want to add this, like Kyle Pitts. I know he gets a lot of slack and a lot of junk for being, Kyle Pitts. He hasn't been in the best scenario to succeed. I just want to put that out there. He hasn't had the smartest coaching staffs around. Not saying that Raheem Morris and who's the other moron over there now he's in Pittsburgh, Arthur Smith. They're all smarter than me when it comes to football, right? They are. I can admit that. But it's not like Kyle Pitts has had the best staff around him to put him in the best role. I can't wait to see where he goes next if he does go somewhere else. I just can't wait because I think he does have the talent. We all do. We all see it. It's just, what does he do with it? What do they do with it?
Josh, I have a start-sit question before we get to all the questions for you.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Pick 2 quarterbacks, Matt Stafford, Jacoby Brissett, or Lamar Jackson.
Oh, man.
Since you're the third ranker, the top 3. You're number 3 in fantasy rankings in week 13.
In week 13. Don't look overall. Don't look overall. That's not cool.
It's like 100 something, but
100? Really? I'm 100 overall?
Something. 100 something.
You're pretty good.
Only
all right, so Brissett
gets the Lamar, Stafford.
I need the actual.
Brissett against Brissett against the Rams, Stafford against Arizona, Lamar against Pittsburgh.
You know what I like to do? I'm gonna sit Lamar. I know that's silly. Because I think that Brissett and Stafford are putting up pretty decent numbers and they're playing each other. So it's going to be so much fun to watch that game because you're going to be scoring points nonstop.
Also, Jaden Daniels is in that mixture too.
I'm not a Jaden. Not right now. I need to see something. I need to see
him play first.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
going to go Brissett and that's just a fun matchup. And Lamar, he's not running the ball. He's not running the ball at all.
No,
he's had 27 yards rushing last week, and I think 7 the week before. Under 50 yards rushing in 2 weeks. That's not good for Lamar. Lamar needs the rushing to produce.
Yeah. All right. First question. Good to see you both. I lost Drake London to someone else, so I'm a stick with T. Higgins. I need a good replacement. Not many good players to get on waivers. I have Alec Pierce. I can get or anyone else's.
Alex Pierce had 98 yards against the Chargers when they played. So I want to throw that out there. So close to 100.
So close. Alec Pierce would be a good replacement if you can't get Drake London back. So,
yep. We love Alec Pierce in the show.
Charlene's got a bunch of questions, so we will see what she's got. 14-team league, start 2, Jaden Higgins, Keenan Allen, Parkinson. Colby Parkinson?
Algier. I'm going to guess Colby Parkinson.
Mitchell, Mooney, and Addison. You got to start 2 of these guys.
Okay. So, I know this is not going to be a thing you want to hear, but I think we have to start AD Mitchell. I think we have to.
Yeah.
I know he's playing the Miami Dolphins, who aren't as great defensively in the
The
secondary.
views are just going up and up and up. So it's
He's 6 targets, 7 targets, and up to 12 targets. He's played New England, Baltimore. I think we need to start talking about how we need to start him. And then on top of that, he's got to catch these balls though. 6, 7 targets in weeks, 6, 7 targets.
Yeah, he's not doing
12.
a lot with the targets. That's the problem.
Yeah. I mean, against Atlanta, he did. So we'll see what I think we have to start him. And then Jaden Higgins will be my second, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. Do I start Waddle, Jalen Warren, Omarion Hampton at the flex? So Omarion Hampton is supposed to be back for week 14, so that's a big plus. The real question: Waddle and Warren. I'm concerned that Hampton's not going to come back immediately to like 100% workload. Like they're going to use him in there.
I like Warren.
Warren has lost. Jalen Warren has been losing a lot of his rush attempts. He's finally back up over 50%, which is good. But Kenneth Gainwell is, also Kenneth went down a little bit this week. But
they're playing
Waddle.
Baltimore. I think that's going to be a divisional game. I don't know. You know what? Why not? Why not Hampton? You drafted him. He's a superstar. Burrow, not that I needed to start Burrow, but I told everyone, and you told everybody, and everybody told everybody, if he's healthy enough to start for an NFL franchise, he's healthy enough to start for your fantasy football, your fake football team. If they have confidence in him, you should have confidence in him. And that's like the majority, like 90% of these injuries. If they're going to play them on Sunday, they should be able to play. So why should you not start them?
But play and do well is different. Philadelphia, 22 points a game to the running back, 7th worst.
Because these other people, look at the floors for Warren. Look at the floors for Warren and Waddle. Are they the same for Hampton? Yes, they are. What's the ceiling for Warren and Waddle? I don't think they're as high as you think.
12 points probably.
So what's Hampton as well? I like Hampton here. Let's start Hampton.
Hampton, 27 points, 13.
Risk, reward. I'm sorry. I always value risk and reward, and you're risking something that can also happen with Warren and Waddle.
I would say to definitely watch the reports this week. And make a last minute decision if you have to. If you're feeling that Vidal is going to carry the workload for Los Angeles, it might lean more towards Jalen Warren. That's my opinion. But Hampton, he's got a bigger boom play. Need 1 running back and 2 flex, so 3 players: Algier, Jordan Mason, Mechie, Debo, Lockett, Pat Bryant, Gunnar Helm, and Colby Parkinson.
2 Parkinson questions in a row. What's happening today?
What is up with Colby Parkinson?
So you're searching it out. I don't know what's going on with. Listen, gosh, Jordan Mason's so gross. He's going to get the volume. Oh my God, this is gross. Charlene, this is the worst question I think you could have ever asked.
I think Jordan Mason is your starting running back because you need 1 running back, and it's Mason or Algier, and Aaron Jones has a shoulder injury again. So I'm going Jordan Mason here. Charlie, why do you have the worst fantasy teams? For real. Every fantasy team I've ever seen from you has been awful.
She just wants us to think. And I'm not going to start Mechie, and here's why. Because you can only start 1, and I'm going to start AD Mitchell. Mechie's fine in all 8 targets, but he's not, I don't know. I prefer AD Mitchell. It felt like he's more the big play guy. That's why I'm going to go on that team. As far as Debo Samuel, I can't stand that guy. But I'm going to go, you know what? Colby Parkinson's been putting up numbers. 5 targets, but 5 targets is like the max. So don't expect a bunch from him unless he scores a touchdown. So my final offering to you, Charlene, which I do adore your contributions to the channel. Your team sucks. I'm going to go Jordan Mason. And that's it. Waivers. No, for real though. Jordan Mason is a must because he's a starter.
Yeah,
I don't want to start Debo, but I kind of have to in this situation because I do think he provides the best upside. And if you just need a 4 play, Colby Parkinson.
I I agree on Mason. I agree on Parkinson. Hold on. I gotta look at Debo real quick.
Debo's trash, bro.
I
Debo's
don't
trash.
know. He's got double-digit points the last 3 weeks, though.
I know.
He didn't even find the end zone last week, and he still got 11. Mechie has been getting more involved in the offense, but each week, like Adonai Mitchell, he's been getting more and more involved in that offense. It's just, I feel like he's still touchdown dependent, where I don't think Debo is. So I guess go Debo.
Yep. Mason,
Gross.
Debo, Parkinson. Gross.
12-team league, start 2, Darren Waller, Tyler Algier, Dwan Vele, Rashad White, and Jordan Addison.
Can I just say something to Charlene? Congratulations and respect for you for caring about your loser bracket. Like, for real. That's a loser. 12-team league, start 2. Darren Waller, Algier, Vele. Is it Vele? Vel? White, and Addison. Thanks, guys. Oh, my gosh, Addison. Oh, my gosh, Addison.
Not Addison.
Not Addison.
I'm just going to say not Addison.
Not Addison.
10 targets last week, 8 points.
I mean, it's just JJ McCarthy, and they're not really in sync. And that offense is not in sync.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
It's bad. I guess Algier. What I'm doing is you need 2. So I'm going, okay, who's the best option? Algier's probably the best option because he does get involved, but not enough. Like, not even close to enough. Darren Waller on the Miami Dolphins against the New York Jets. Again, he's a safe play as well. I'm going to pass this to you because I hate all these players.
I do too. Darren Waller is 5 more receptions away from hitting a season total that you said back at the start of the season. So he's got 12 receptions, and he's got 5 more weeks to make that. So we'll see what happens there. I'm going to go Vele here. He's getting a lot more used. He's getting used a lot more in the offense since the bye week. 15 targets in the last 2 weeks. He was 8 for 8 and a touchdown last week, which was huge. So I would say Vele, which
against the Buccaneers.
Yeah,
against the Buccaneers, which is huge. So Vele and I guess Algier. I don't like White, and I don't like
Algier
Addison at
Darren
all.
Waller for me. Yeah, it's between Algier and Waller. So it's do you trust Algier to get enough of the workload even with Bijan going off, or do you trust Darren Waller to find the end zone again?
Catch a touchdown. You need Waller to catch a touchdown.
Yeah.
You need Bucky to get hurt, and you need Addison to not be a total worthless football player, which is impossible.
So I think I'm going Algier and Vele. Gross. Okay, lineup help. Full PPR, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex. You want to throw the quarterback in there too? So we got Chase Brown, Chris Rodriguez, Monty. So we'll start with the 2 running backs first. Brown, Rodriguez, and Monty. God, Monty has been really bad this year too. They cannot get him involved.
They sure
send him back to the Bears.
Chase Brown. I'm going to go Chase Brown. I like Chase Brown. Yeah. He's been very good ever since Joe Flacco took over, and he was good last week with Joe Burrow. Flowers absolutely crushed you with 0.6 points last week. Sutton has been finally catching on, and Watson is proving that he can actually become a decent average wide receiver in this offense. So with that being said, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex. Where are your tight ends at? Let's knock that out first. Waller, Kincaid. Is Kincaid going to play? Does that guy ever play anymore? Feels like he gets ruled out of a game every single week. I would watch the reports. If Kincaid plays and he's a full go and there's no question marks and there's no injury concerns, I'd go Kincaid.
Kincaid has not played more than 55% of the snaps at all this season, and that was back in week 3. He has played 35 or less the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, he's been injured. That's what I'm saying. Make sure you check that report and see if he's a full go. But I would prefer Kincaid over Waller. And then 2 wide receivers. Sutton's such hot and cold. I would go AD Mitchell and Sutton, the most safe. I know Flowers, right? Yeah, I know. Flowers is my flex. And the 2 running backs are going to be Chase Brown and Monty. Honestly,
You
Monty
think Money, not
against
Rodriguez?
Dallas, but Dallas is tough, man, because they got their defensive line got bulked up. It's no longer like, oh, Monty's on the goal line, and now they got Quinnen and Clark. So they're pretty.
Monty's just not getting involved. That's the problem. Whereas, Rodriguez is getting involved in the game.
So Chase Brown, Rodriguez, Sutton, not Sutton. Did I say Sutton? Mitchell, Sutton, Flowers, Kincaid.
Yeah. Agreed.
Top 3.
Let's see. Flex, should I start Deebo Samuel, Khalil Shakir, DeAndre Swift, Jalen Warren, or Chris Godwin? I would start DeAndre Swift. Thoughts on dropping Gadsden or Waller to pick up Ertz, or keep what I got?
Is Jaden Daniels coming back and going to ruin Ertz's life? Dude, I threw Ertz in a flex last week out of desperation, and homie got me 20-something points, and I won the matchup. So Ertz has been quietly very good this season, especially with Marcus Mariota. Is Jaden Daniels going to come in and mess this up? That's my question. I would definitely drop Waller for Ertz, 1,000%. 1,000%. Gadsden, on the other hand, I'm not so sure, but I think I would prefer Ertz.
Gadsden's been going down too.
I know.
He hasn't had double digits since 9.
Yeah,
that's tough. I would drop Ertz. I would drop Waller for Ertz, but keep Gadsden still. Fighting for a playoff spot. Need 2 flex. Alec Pierce, Kenneth Gainwell, Brenton Strange, Mark Andrews. I'm going Strange and Alec Pierce.
Strange in Alex Pierce.
When you say Alex, full PPR flex, Manungai, Neal, or Fannin. I think I'm going Manungai here.
Manungai
is the David Montgomery this season.
Yep.
RB2 that's getting really good used. For wide receivers, should I get Myers or Alec Pierce if T. Higgins is still out? Alec
Pierce.
Half PPR, bye week, flex, Darren Waller, Charbonnet, Chris Rodriguez, or Isaac Tesla.
I like Sharps, man. He's getting touchdown use, or he's getting usage in the areas where they score touchdowns. He's getting as much usage as Kenneth Waller. I like Sharps here, but it's gross. But I like Sharps over Waller, Rodriguez, and Tesla. Yeah.
You are not late. You can definitely ask questions. Herbert, Geno, or Brissett this week. I think because of Herbert's injury, I would love to go Herbert if I knew he was going to be able to play at the same level. I don't know what that left hand looks like, and I know it's not throwing hand, but he also hasn't scored more than 14.5 points since week 9. So it's been a month, and that was against Tennessee. So I'm going Brissett. Yeah, more on Brissett. Thoughts on the squad for the playoffs? 12-man, 3 wide receiver, 2 running backs, 1 flex. He's got Dak, JT, Jacobs, Kyron, JSN, Lamb. You won. Like, you already won. Sutton, Gadsden, the Texans, Myers.
Can I put my shit show team in the chat and ask them what they think about my team?
Sure. No, I think you're.
That's really good.
JT and Jacobs. I have both of them in shit show also. JSN, Lamb. Sutton, you're fine. You're good. Let's see. Number 1 seed, 10-3. I have JT, but my second round spot, trying to see who should I start out of Montgomery, Hunt, Gainwell. Keep in mind, I'm a Cowboys fan, so I'm not going Montgomery. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I wouldn't go Monty in that role either. I really like. So I love that you have JT because that's a high seal. I love that play. Get the great running back 1 and your running back 2 you can just mess around with, and they don't need to score as many points because JT can help that out. So do you want to go kind of safe floor? Hunt gives you that safe floor, but now Pacheco's back, so it ruins everything. Gainwell. I don't know.
He had 5 touches last week.
I know he did. I'm gonna go Gainwell here, just for the fact that Hunt's playing Houston, and I'm not saying just across the board Houston's good at everything. So I'm gonna go Gainwell because across the board Baltimore's not that good at anything.
Yeah.
And I like Gainwell's upside.
Watson versus Chicago. Godwin versus New Orleans, Sutton versus Las Vegas.
Ooh, man, that's a good one. They're gonna have to score points in Green Bay.
I think
Watson could do it,
I'm going Watson.
but Sutton has been getting cut. Man, I like Sutton too, though.
Against
I'm
Las
gonna
Vegas.
defer. I know I'm gonna defer to Watson though. God, I hate that.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Bench 1 in PPR, Godwin, Pittman, or Pierce. Why don't you have to ask 2?
I'm gonna bench Godwin. I know people like Godwin. I just don't trust this offense. The Buccaneers. That whole offense has been on a slide downwards, especially with Mike Evans being hurt all season long. Emeka Mbuka's fallen off a cliff. You know, Godwin last week, five targets, 3 catches, 78 yards. His first double-digit game of the year. I can't trust Chris Godwin this year. I can trust Pittman and Pierce, but they're on the same team.
I'm benching Godwin. Michael Pittman had 18 targets against Jacksonville last year in 2 games, and in 2023 he had 25 targets. Jacksonville has always been he's 16 targets the year before in only 1 game. He doesn't get single-digit targets against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So Michael Pittman is definitely not a sit, even though he's been having a rough couple of weeks, the last couple of weeks. And Pierce has solidified himself into a wide receiver 2 role for the Colts, and is a huge deep play threat. I'm sitting Godwin.
Here we go.
Myers, DJ, Higgins, or Godwin, PPR start 1. A lot of Godwin talk this week.
I know. They're playing New Orleans. He finally scored double-digit points for the first time.
I think I want to go Jacoby Myers.
Start 1?
Yeah. I'm going Jacoby Myers against the Colts. Since being in Houston, he's gotten 3 double-digit games, 11, 15, 21. He gets 6 targets. He always gets 6 targets. That's the thing. So it's
all right.
I'm going Jacoby Myers.
Let's go. What's next?
I have a D question. I have Broncos. Should I get Houston? Yeah. Houston against the Chiefs. Broncos face somebody bad, I think.
We saw Kansas City kind of struggle against Dallas at some points last week. I can see, as much as I love Mahomes, and I picked Mahomes earlier in the show, yeah, I think I would pick up Houston. Who do they have the rest of the way in the playoffs? Do you know?
I know they got the Colts at least one more time. They've got Kansas City, Arizona, Las Vegas, and the Chargers to finish out the fantasy season. I think I'm picking up Houston there. Number 2 defense in general, I would pick them up. Charlene says she's in the playoffs with these teams that she gives us. So.
Lies. Fake news.
She needs 2 flex. Jaden Higgins, Godwin, Darnell, Washington, fighting for a playoff spot. Half my team is on bye. If Marvin Harrison Jr. doesn't go, I'm in trouble. He probably isn't going. I think I'm going Jaden Higgins and
Godwin. You have to at this point.
Yeah.
And I don't think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to go.
Bo or Indy? Anna Jones. Bo or Jones. And Mims, Tom Kennedy, or
Who's Tom Kennedy? Tom Kennedy's awesome. No, I'm gonna go Bo, and I can't go against Daniel Jones. That's my guy this year. But he's got that fractured fibula, which is limiting his ability.
16 points over the last 3 weeks for Daniel Jones.
Who are you gonna go?
Literally 16 points each week.
He's getting 19, 20 early in the season.
Okay, so Bo Nix, over the last 3 weeks, I'm looking at the last 3 weeks for both of these teams. Bo Nix has gone from 7.8 to 17.4. Daniel Jones has literally gotten 16 points the last 3 weeks. So I think I'm going to go Daniel Jones. He's got a safer floor.
Okay, Daniel Jones it is.
Bo Nix. As far as the other question,
I like Dortch. Marvin Harrison Jr. is not going to play this week. I don't think he is. But again, watch the reports. But I like Dortch in this situation. I don't know who Tom Kennedy if he should be playable in the playoff hunt. Like, that's what I mean, in a playoff hunt. I don't know if I'm going to play that guy, or I'm not going to play Mims. I'm 100% not going to play Mims. I think Dortch
Tom
gets
Kennedy 4 for 36 yards last week.
Yeah, but like, in my playoff push, I'm going to go guys I've heard of multiple weeks, not just one. Sorry, that's just the way I play fantasy.
Oh, he hasn't played at all season. Like this last week was Tom Kennedy. That's the only time.
Oh, he's not gonna. He's terrible. I don't even know who he is.
Okay, so Marks, Neal, Higgins, Warren need 2 in PPR flex.
What's the question? Marks. I hate Woody Marks. He's been crushing me. Neal, Higgins, Jalen Warren. You hate Jalen Warren, so we're gonna go Higgins. How many does he need? 1. I go Jaden Higgins.
Jaden Higgins, if you need to, Neal. Hurts or Darnold?
Hurts. It's not even a question. Here's why. If you watch my Monday show, I told you that Sam Darnold, has scored double or single digit fantasy points in 3 of the last 4 weeks. When they get ahead, they don't throw the ball. It's too much of a risk. Jalen Hurts at least gives you the tush push or something. Sam Darnold, once they get a 14 double-digit lead, we're good. Sam, you're good. You're done for the day. Go home early, buddy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ridiculous.
Half PPR help. Start to Devin Neal, Monangai, Chris Rodriguez, Xavier Worthy, or BTJ.
Monangai is my guy. It's embarrassing that we have Brian Thomas Jr. in this question.
There's a question, yeah.
But it's the way it is now, man.
Is it bad I want to go Xavier Worthy here?
It's bad because we have Rashi Rice and other elite athletes over there. And but I'm going to go Monangai and I'm going to go Neal. That's where I'm going to go. That's where I'm leaning. Against the Buccaneers, Neal.
Hit the like button.
Thank you.
Hit the like button. No update. I would grab
the update is here's a headline from 4 hours ago from the Sporting News. Marvin Harrison's Jr. injury update from Cardinals is bad news for Week 14 availability. And then there's a whole article I don't feel like reading right now, but he's probably not going to play.
He's probably definitely not going to play. Actually. Next up, been holding on to Mike Evans on IR forever, assuming he comes back with Cortland Sutton pissing me off all year. Would personally bench him for Evans. CD is my number 1. Sadly.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. I've been holding on to Mike Evans on my IR all season too, so
he should come back soon. I hope. We hope.
And yes, they are very wild questions, Charlene. And
she's trying to throw me off.
You might have butchered it. I still read it, I think, correctly. So you're all good, man. That's all the questions.
That is the show. Thank you everyone for watching and throwing in the questions. Thank you all for coming back week after week. I know it's a tough grind. This is the last week before the playoffs. I hope you all get in. I hope that if you're tanking in a dynasty league that you tank well and don't cheat and actually make a starting lineup, Justin. I'm not just calling you out, just calling other people out. It is what it is.
I make starting lineups.
I know you do, buddy. That was a message for everybody. And when you can get a dig at your boss once in a while, you take it, guys. And that was what I just did there. And it was uncalled for. So I apologize.
It was. I start lineups in every league. I don't know what you're
there
talking
was
about.
Early in the season where you in one of my leagues I commissioned, you were not. There was. I can go back. We can go back and look at it. Well, that's for another show. I got to go. I got things to do. I have other obligations at 1 p.m. my time. So we'll leave it at that. A cliffhanger for next week when I show Justin's lineups and how he was tanking in my league. But anyway, hit that like button. Subscribe for more. Come back tonight with Topher and Flores as they take our rankings, top 3 ranker, versus the experts rankings, not top 3. And then they, boom, compare the two. So if Topher and Flores, if I don't hear my top 3 status being said every 10 minutes on your show, canceled. Other than that, guys, I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll see you again if you watch wrestling, I'll see you again tomorrow night for Real Talk Wrestling. And if not, I'll see you Monday for Cold Brews and Hot Takes. Justin, I hope you have a great show Sunday. Until next week, guys, peace.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.